What's up, everybody? You know what it is. It's another episode of Hell's Kitchen. We're going to find out who destroys the yolk. And up next, let's get it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh. Hey. Come on, Lem. You got to get in it. Get it, Frank. That was choreographed by Frank Moran.
It's so like...
But you got to put a little extra stank on it.
I can't, it's so confined.
That's right.
Hey, throw a little neck action.
I'm on the 1 and 3.
You're not coordinated when it comes to the simple stuff.
I can't do the 1 and 3. It's so hard. I feel like I'm shooting air guns.
You better leave Frank alone.
Oh my God. It's all good.
That is iconic.
Yeah.
Sure, yes.
It is.
What's up, everybody? Again, it is the Hell's Kitchen after show. You know what it is. Episode, well, it's the third episode, but you know how they do, they haven't named stuff. But we just gonna go epislike 3 just to make it easy. It's
the yolk's on them. The yolk's on them.
The yolk is on them. Destroy the yolk. Did you see it like that? Like a preacher. Destroy the yolk.
The yolk.
Yeah. Destroying the yolk. The ostrich meat. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your crazy host, Lem Gonsalves. As always, you can find me at the Poet Saint all day, every day. I got my team with me. Back in the saddle as we do all day, every day. Next to me, newly engaged. Oh, can we get some hand claps? Click, look at her.
Hey, everybody.
Look at her, Princess
I'm
Wayne.
glad to be here with you all. The new and improved Rhavin with the V here.
Yes. I'm so excited. Congratulations to Rhavin.
Thank you.
And, of course, holding on the anchor, as always, my boy, my main man, on the 1 and the 3, Mr. Frank Moran.
Hey, everybody, I can barely see all the light glaring off of that. The big rock. So hard to see. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie, and I'll just let you know, folks, that Lem and I had a great hot tub session.
No, we did not.
It was great.
Oh, I rebuke that yet again. I'm rebuking everything.
That's the devil, huh?
We destroying the
devil
yolk.
is a lie.
Rebuking the enemy that wants to rise out of freak. So let me give some of this. Some blessed oil. We got some blessed oil over here.
Hey, Misha.
Oh, man.
She says, hello, panel.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Hello,
like
panel. Yeah, we're going to have the live chat on the screen, so we will be going back and forth to that. So as you are watching, make sure you put your comments in. If you have any questions, all of that, we'd love to hear them.
And your 2 cents, you know.
All of that, and we'll see if we answer it on the show. Speaking of the show, let's get into it. Another fun-filled episode.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. We have the blue team, and we've seen this before. The blue team frustrated, because they got kicked out of dinner service not once but twice in a row. And so they are frustrated. And of course, when you're frustrated, sometimes you tend to take it out on your competition. So they ended up taking it out on the red team, unfortunately. And Miss Jessica, she seemed to take it pretty hard. She didn't like the fact that they were bullying her or bullying the team, but she was kind of feeling it. And it cut away to her, and she's crying. What is the deal? What's the deal? Like, my thing is, I know people come from all different walks of life, and they come and they in this competition, and this has been on multiple seasons. You gotta have thick skin in this competition.
Absolutely.
You gotta have thick skin in this competition. And Jessica's a prime example where, granted, I don't think the boys or the men should have been bullying her. That's not right. I'm not condoning that at all. But you're going to get yelled at by Chef Ramsay. There's going to be drama going on throughout your teams. The other team is gunning for you because they want you to lose. And then, here you go. And it's like, tea. I'm just saying, what do you take from that?
Yeah, well, Johnny's it's so classic already. It's like, don't talk to me for the rest of the season. The rest of the season.
I know, hater.
Okay, cool, Johnny. That's possible, sure.
Right.
But, I guess it's, I feel like we just see that throughout this episode, that Jessica just some people just, as much as they want to be on that show, I guess they realize being in it.
Sure.
Like I guess you hear so many times on reality TV, like watching it is one thing, being in it is another.
Correct.
And also, she's a sensitive person. And I notice every time there's a bad moment, she tries to take the higher road. She jokes around. She giggles a lot, annoys people sometimes. But I get it. I mean, she's soft.
Soft, like the egg yolk.
Well,
That was being broken.
And I think that's like something that might work better in real life, just like somebody that's
Yeah,
not
but
gonna
a
stir it up.
competition reality
Yeah,
show.
Right.
No.
A reality competition.
Yeah,
show.
unfortunately. And we see, not trying to jump ahead, but, it worked against her as well, towards the end, which she kind of, I don't think she gave up, but I think it was just one of those situations where she didn't play the game as it should have been played, and she got played as a result. And, we'll see what happens as a result of that. But we're talking eggs this particular episode. We're talking huge eggs, ostrich
Gigantic.
eggs to be exact. Did you know that 12 dozen chicken eggs is one ostrich egg?
No.
I did hear that before. And that's crazy.
That is. And never see like try to crack one. I mean, it takes them forever to chip at it and crack it and use all that stuff.
Can you just eat that like scrambled egg?
Yeah, you can.
You
And
can.
it tastes like normal
I
scrambled
don't
egg?
know. I have no idea.
I need answers.
I've not tried it.
Guys, let's hang out this weekend. Let's grab some ostrich eggs.
Ostrich egg omelet?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But just order one and we'll just
No,
I
one
think
each.
it's taste. Nah, I'm good.
I don't think 12 eggs. I mean, no, it's 24. That's 2 dozen.
Oh.
Yeah, one egg. So it would be like
it's 2 dozen normal.
2 dozen normal eggs is the one ostrich egg.
Oh, that's even.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the business. It will
have some
feed
ostrich.
everybody in your family.
I
Everybody.
wonder how much it costs to even get it.
A lot. And I don't think you can get it like at down the street.
Nah. No.
Like
You
it's
can't
like
get
a
it at Ralph's.
specialty. Yeah, no. They don't have ostrich eggs on sale. Like by the cherries, being cherries. It's not happening. It's not happening. So they did think they have to cook with eggs or with the eggs, which they actually had to do something a little bit more difficult, which was the ostrich meat. And Shayna didn't know ostrich meat was red.
I am with you, girl. I'm
didn't
with
know that?
you. No, because who orders ostrich? Like who eats ostrich?
Well, I've had ostrich burgers. That's only I've never had any other cut.
So because I don't really eat burgers, I wouldn't know that.
Right.
You know?
But an ostrich is a big bird. You don't think there's red meat under that big bird?
Is chicken considered red meat?
No.
Chicken is a
Moving
bird.
on.
Okay, so am I that off for not knowing? Anyway, Shayna, I wish you, girl. I feel you. I was not the only one who didn't know that it was red meat.
No, I
you
see
see,
what
I
you're
got
saying.
Lem, right?
Okay,
Chicken, bird.
No, but
Ostrich
we're talking
bird.
about ostrich. We're talking about an ostrich. We're talking about a huge, gigantic bird that doesn't fly.
I didn't
so
know the
it has-
color of meat depended on the size of the freaking animal.
Well, I would think. I mean, to some degree. Well, in
I
this
need
case,
Maria.
It does.
Can we call Maria?
Call her up a lifeline.
I need
Do you
questions.
need a lifeline?
Yes.
Do you need a lifeline?
I can get
Okay, I
down to
will
pond.
say this. I knew that because I had seen that previously. I will say that
okay.
it's not like oh yes, because of the size and the
Okay, because you
diagram
breaking
of the
down
bird.
like all these
Right,
terms
right.
and conditions.
I'm not trying to hate, but
Okay,
at
thank
the
you.
end of the day, though, I was surprised
of the day.
Shayna didn't know because she is
a chef. She's a cook.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I would be like, Shayna, what's up? We're gonna talk about that.
There will be a
Shayna, I'ma
chance for you
holler
to
at
talk the exact
I'm
thing.
gonna holler at you, Shayna, not knowing that it's red. And so they were gonna have 4 minutes to crack as many eggs as they can to reveal the ingredients they're gonna use to cook with the meat.
Correct.
And so they have to work in pairs, and that was a crazy fiasco because you literally have, and you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Flintstones. Remember the Flintstones? How they had the
Yeah.
big egg and
Yes.
the big
True,
rib,
that's
and
so
everything was
true.
like so ginormous.
That's so true.
That's what it reminded of. And they had these big eggs, and they're just smashing it against the thing.
I know some of that had to get in someone's mouth.
Oh yes, and hair and eyes. Like you saw it. Like even when they were pinning up, was it Gia? When they were
just
pinning
seems
up, and
like-
she's like, "I'm getting drenched," because like it was just splattering all over her as she was. I mean, it was crazy.
That's salmonella.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What?
I don't think so. We're gonna keep moving on because
I'll
you're
do
over
raw
2 right
eggs.
now. So
Whatever,
I'm just
shut
saying.
up.
But yeah, it was a crazy mess. We once they got their ingredients, they got to choose and pick, and then they
Switch
were
'em
broken
out.
off. Exactly, they were broken off into pairs, and they each had a cut that they had to deal with, and then cook. We had guests, judges, and it was the owners of Joe Beef, which I've not heard of, but I'm
Have you heard of?
I have not heard of that.
Yeah, I've not heard of them.
I'm
but
surprised.
They specialize in exotic type meats, which is why they were on the show. David McMillan and Fred Moran. And
Shout
so,
out.
Even though he spelled it differently though, but
a little different,
Yeah.
but it's cool. It's cool.
it's pronounced
cool.
the same.
It's French. Moran. Is
Yeah,
that
that's right.
oui,
Oui,
oui.
oui.
I can't.
Oh man.
I did like that one of their ingredients. Like you never see that whiskey was used as one of
Yes.
the
I saw
ingredients.
that.
That was
It
really
was
cool.
for the red team.
Did anyone use that?
One person
It was-
did. They
it
did
was
like
a
whiskey glaze or something.
Oh,
glaze?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm not
okay,
sure who that was.
Okay. It was some interesting ingredients up there. Oranges. Did oranges stay? Because I did see that on there.
Yeah,
I
there was
felt
a
like it
citrus something.
But I felt like they were going to remove that and they didn't. So, and I think someone did. You know what? I think Gia used it in hers. I think she might. It was one person did use it, and whatever it did.
With her skewers,
fan out.
maybe?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Because I know she did the black garlic
Right.
too.
So the first up was the ground beef. So we had, or excuse me, not beef, ground ostrich in this case, ground red meat. And so we have the red team. They did someone did a chili type situation, and then someone did meatballs.
Yeah, and Devin, man, the blue team's full of a bunch of creeps.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
blue team be creeping this
Yeah,
season.
it's gonna be
Blue
creeping.
team be creeping.
Blue team be creeping.
Because Devin, his response to that thing, man, that Ryan, like, beautiness is just coming out of her plate.
And it's, yeah.
Take a pass. Keep stepping, Devin. Get along.
Oh
He
man,
was
I mean,
definitely
you know,
part of the creep life for Ryan.
I mean, but you also, I mean, sequestered.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, you know, you see anybody and she is an attractive woman.
She's
I
beautiful.
could see how he would be like, yo, I like looking at her. You know, you got all these, you know, everyone there.
And she
Wait.
can cook.
And she can cook.
So
got a
she's the
shot.
one that did the Indian rice with the
right,
meatballs
right.
and the crazy seasoning.
Do you think, though, that Devin has a shot?
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Come on now.
Not even close?
Not at
Did
all.
you see how they were showing her, like, how he was looking? And then
Yes.
also she turned and he's like, oh. He, like, turned, like, and then she turned
That was really
back.
funny.
That was
You
hilarious.
know,
I don't know if
darn
that
well
was...
they weren't even looking at each other when they edited that.
I'm sure it was editing, but it was hilarious. It was funny. The blue team did a burger and
Johnny,
also
yeah.
a chipotle chili, which looked really dry.
And he had to do both of those dishes himself.
Yes, but he also is the burger cook. Like he's
Yeah.
a burger chef. So
And he said he was going to kill it. He said this
he's
was
a
his
burger,
time.
Burger chef doing a burger and doesn't kill it. I have worries.
I love burgers. I love it. But when he presented it as a deconstructed Hawaiian bacon burger,
Yeah.
and I saw that plate, I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
yeah, that looked
Pass.
Yeah,
terrible.
our guest chefs
Yeah.
definitely said it looked like kid food.
Yeah, it was
Both
terrible.
both
yeah.
dishes.
Yeah, and the chipotle chili did look dry.
It was dry.
Did look very dry. So, needless to say, the red team took that one. We had the top. Why are you cheering?
Yeah, because my girls got the first point.
Oh,
Hello.
okay. Oh, that's how we're gonna go
Yes.
this season. Okay.
Until we switch them around.
Okay.
Thank
okay.
you.
We'll see. Chicken meats looking like not even red. No, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
You know what?
Salmonella. Anyway, top loin was the next one, and the red team did some medallions. And jumping off, the blue team did a spaghetti, which I did not understand at all. And that was also a comment by the judges about that looked like a dish that their kid would do or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Didn't understand it
Yeah,
at all.
that was
by Aaron, I think.
Yeah, that was by Aaron.
So our child,
yeah,
our kid.
And
made the
let's give
kid-
it up for Coop, another creeper on the blue team. Because back when they're throwing the eggs,
Yes.
and he says, like, oh, there's nothing more like making a mess than then making some bitch server clean it up. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
take a hike. Coop.
Get up
Seriously.
out of here.
Yeah,
And
come on.
they were the ones that ended up cleaning it up. So
Yes.
karma.
Karma.
Yeah.
Serve
They also
the
did a
coals.
loin in that. So again, blue team did not do well. Red team took that one. We had the oyster cut, which to me looked like a fillet.
That looked like the best part for some reason.
Yeah, it looked
Most
like
tender.
it looked like a fillet. So oyster cut. Red team did some skewers and pan seared. I think the skewers was the one that Gia did, which looked good.
It looked so delicious.
looked good.
That plate looked so good.
but it was not good.
I guess it had no
yeah,
flavor, no
right.
taste, no
Yeah,
spice,
it was
no
not good
salt,
at
no
all.
nothing.
Blue team did a pan seared. oyster cut with red wine reduction, and Asian theme with rice noodles.
That was Polly.
Yes.
With
That
the Asian
His
theme
only
oysters.
highlight for the
Right.
episode.
Only. Yeah.
I'm Superman. Always killing it.
Superman. Wait, how you gonna make it in and call yourself Superman?
Yeah.
Like that's not that you can't make
Superman
that
doesn't
correlation.
kill things.
Yeah, well, it doesn't kill things, and Superman's not a cook either. So
No, but to say you're Superman in the kitchen, I get that.
I don't.
That just means you're superior to everyone.
Okay, but he's not. I'm just
True. Very
I'm
true.
just saying, it's too early to say Superman. That's all. I mean, it was just a little early. That's all.
I'm all like, Superman doesn't kill people.
Yeah. Maybe like
I took
don't
it a
know,
whole nother-
like the Flash, or
That's right.
some dumb it down a little bit.
Ooh, he said you way
Yeah, I'm just like
lower
Mighty
than-
Mouse. I don't know. Just
That is so mean.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you can't be
He
Superman
said
yet.
Mighty Mouse.
You can't be Superman yet. That's all I'm saying. But however, he did get the win for the blue team.
He did that.
So it was down to the pearl cut, and the blue team had some interesting descriptions. One was a 90s hotel dish, which was hilarious because I'm like, a 90s hotel dish? That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Another one was TV dinner was used to describe one of their dish.
That wasn't Matt's, was it?
I can't remember whose that was. I just remember that was in the
Yeah,
description.
Matt had the grilled ostrich Hawaiian
Yeah.
pico de gallo.
Yeah.
And that was like they're together,
Yeah.
but they're not together.
Right.
They're at dinner.
Right. It's like this
Eating at the table.
watching
They're not
sadness
together.
or something.
Sadness is on the menu.
Right.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, he did it. But that's what it looked like. The red team did fried greens on one dish, which they weren't too keen about. But the herb and garlic pearl cut with roasted vegetables ended up winning. Wendy, shout out to Wendy.
Who in the world?
And so the red team won that pretty much on a landslide.
Yeah.
And the prize that they got to do was zip lining in Big Bear, which looked really dope. I still haven't been in Big Bear. I really want to go.
You definitely need to make a trip out there.
Maybe trigger. And it's
The
winter,
zip
it's
lining
coming.
though was a little scary for me. Like I've done zip lining this year, but it's a harness where you can kind of sit in it. So if you want to let go, you're not just hanging. You're kind of like cradled. Theirs was just loose, and then it just I don't know.
You just didn't. It didn't.
I
fare
didn't have to
well with
hold
you.
anything. It just I don't know. It just looked dangerous.
It looked a little dangerous to you.
Yes.
I thought it looked cool.
And give it up for them. I mean, I've driven to Big Bear. Doesn't seem that far, but then
Yeah.
think private
They took
jets.
private
Yeah.
jets,
Come
you guys.
That's pretty dope.
I just need to get on one of these shows so I can get on a private jet for the first time in my life.
Well, if you do Hell's Kitchen.
No, I need another skill.
Oh, okay. I was
That's
gonna
not
say,
a skill I will
That's
be.
not the show you should be on.
No.
I was just gonna give you some advice, but anyway. So the losers
Lem knows
had
everything Hell's Kitchen. Like he'll break it down for you in a second.
I do not know everything. Hell's
I've been
Kitchen,
doing this for such a
obviously.
long time. You know, I've been doing this after show for seasons on seasons on seasons. So I'm
Not
pretty
say
well
that.
seasoned
No.
myself, and I can shoot you a few pointers.
You know what? The losers had to pull out. They didn't show this. I wish they would have shown this. I would have loved to have seen this. They had to pull out pine nuts from the actual pine cones.
And I've never seen that done, so I would
Neither
have liked.
have I.
I would have liked to have seen that actually.
That seems like that would be a very arduous task.
But Matt took all the airtime with his tantrum.
Super tantrum.
I would have loved to have seen them pull that little nut out of the pine cone.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that. I mean, because the pine cone itself is the prickly situation, and then trying to get inside. It's like, well, I mean, it seemed like you have a pineapple.
I would just like
inside to get a nut out of something like that has that kind of exterior. That just seems like it would be crazy. But I wanted to see that. They didn't show that. Maybe we can get a YouTube video of that and show that like in one of the segments. Or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, yeah, we'll just guys. We're gonna take 5. We're just gonna watch.
Yeah,
this. We'll be back.
watch pine nuts. They also had to clean up the dining room, which was a mess with yolk, ostrich yolk everywhere.
salmonella.
All of that, yeah, poisons.
But I do not like the trend that's happening this season, and I want them to nip it in the bud now.
Which is
people thinking that they don't have to do the punishments.
Oh yes, thank you for pointing that out,
We have
Frank.
Gia last week. We
Yes.
have Matt this week.
Yes.
Like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it, and there's no repercussions from it, and that frustrates the heck out of me.
Well,
I suppose there's a repercussion within your camaraderie, within your group, because now you're putting a target on your back.
correct. That is correct. But because in the sense of Chef Ramsay, if he, I mean, obviously, I'm sure he's talked to with producers and things like that and making decisions. But like you said, not having repercussions. There's not repercussions as far as like necessarily going home. Like you refuse to do it, you automatically go home or something like that.
That's a little harsh, don't y'all think?
No,
Go
I'm
home?
No, I'm just saying like being put up for elimination.
Yeah.
Because as long as you perform dinner service, then Chef
They're
Ramsay's
too
not going to
comfortable
show.
not doing what they don't want to do.
Yeah. I mean, you can get put up, but Chef Ramsay's not going to send you home if you're killing it in dinner service. But if you refuse to do the punishment, then you're not being a team player. And at this level, until you get those black jackets, you got to act as a team. I don't care. I mean, that's how it is.
But I also think the minute you do that, you just got to accept the fact that you know you're not winning this competition. You might stick around for several more weeks. You might even ride it out for a while, but like you just know, because there's no way Gordon Ramsay is going to hire somebody that decided just to flake on part of the show.
Right. When he threatened to leave and he was like, "I'm out," did you think he was gonna go, or did you think that he was like it was a tantrum?
I didn't think he was gonna go.
You didn't think he was gonna go.
I honestly didn't think Chef was gonna sit down with him either.
And have that talk.
I didn't expect that. I was just like, "Bye, Felipe."
Right.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, the way you're acting right now, like you shouldn't be here because this is national television at the end of the day, and you may not like how you feel when you watch this later.
Well, and that could be the case. I think that Chef Ramsay, because it is still early and he's proven himself to be somewhat of a decent, out of people that are there now, of a decent chef, I think Chef Ramsay was willing to talk to him to kind of just set him straight and like, look, this is, you got to get it together. If you want to go, then by all means, don't let me stop you. But I think if you just dig deep, you can do this. And he accepted that, it seemed, and during dinner service, he was a team player.
Oh,
What I
he was
definitely,
annoying during-
what I did appreciate,
He came up on the scallops. He helped out on the scallops. What else did he do? He basically was pulling his weight. He was communicating. He was vocal. Come on, guys, we can do this.
And even during the mess ups, he wasn't getting all extra.
Right. I'm not saying he was perfect by any means.
No, but I think this is him just kind of shining bright after one particular moment. He's going to default back. He's going to default back to his standard is what we've seen so far. And he might have had that little blip where he's like, guys, we got to communicate. But that's not going to last. He's going to go back. He's going to revert to form and be the Matt that we know and hate.
What
I did appreciate, because we're always ragging on Matt. Right. What I did appreciate is when he finally came back, when the rest of his team was cleaning up, he apologized. He said, "I'm sorry."
He did.
Now, I got into an slight argument with my fiance a few days ago between the difference of "I'm sorry" and "my bad." And apparently my bad is not as sincere as "I'm sorry" to some people.
Okay.
So I said my bad. He didn't like it. And I was like, I apologize. He said, no, I didn't. Yeah. So for me to see Matt say, "I'm sorry," it resonated with me. I was like, that was sweet. But then he turned around and got defensive. Was like, well, you.
Right.
That he projected and messed it up. I was like, oh, Matt. And then it was like, Matt.
Well, I mean, that's obviously a defense man because he did say, "I'm sorry." He did put himself out there. Of course, the guys are not going to be like, "Oh, okay, come on and, help us out." Of course, they're going to have pushback because he was gone for a portion of that, where they had to do this cleaning, and it wasn't fair. And he was throwing a tantrum, and he hasn't been a great, outstanding team player up to this point. So it was just more fuel for the fire for him.
Just keep saying sorry and mean it.
Yeah, he couldn't expect, I should say it like this. He shouldn't expect or couldn't expect them to be like, "Oh, okay," and just be readily accepted.
No, you got to take it.
He had to display, to be better. And which, again, I think for him, he did a fairly decent job during dinner service.
Yeah, I think he wants to be there. He's trying.
Looking like, he's not. Nah.
But because the argument with Chef Ramsay, like, I just want to have a fair shake of things. Like,
yeah.
Keep you
it's fair. That part was weird. He was like, "It's not fair." And then he's like, "Look, these guys are high class. They call it how they see it. And if you don't like it, that means get better. Change it. Do something."
Well, and these people, these a lot of these chefs that are competing, some of them are head chefs, as we know, sous chefs, line chefs, whatever, line cooks, and those that are head chefs, like who was it that said he was out of practice because he had messed up. I think we had messed up.
Was it Andrew?
Yeah, Matt. Was it Matt? No. Somebody messed up. I can't remember.
And they said they were out of practice.
And they said they're out of practice because they're a head chef. And they come in there like, "Oh, I got this. I do this. This is something I do."
Right.
And then to being brought down, everybody's at the same level. And when you're in the kitchen, everyone's at the same level. Some people have to remember, like, I gotta get down to this level before I can, show myself. But if they come in there with an attitude, thinking they're so much better than everybody else and not willing to be a team player, then, it's going to be a hard road for you.
Exactly.
And so I think with Matt, for instance, if he continues to try and be helpful as he did towards the end of dinner service. He can, because I think he's not a bad chef. But if he goes back to which Frank predicting early that he was
breaking the rules.
Gosh, Frank, come on, needs order. 1 and 3. But no, I mean it's he reverts back, which I think I agree with you on that, because I think it will be hard because it's Hell's Kitchen. Come on now.
It's Hell's Kitchen.
It's Hell's Kitchen.
You got to be able to stand the heat.
You got to be able to. And because of how he's proven himself, I think that was a blip for him to try to get back in good graces with his team, show Chef Ramsay that, he wants to stay there. But we'll see, as it continues to go. And he will have that.
We will definitely see. Quick note for our amazing engineer. If you could open up our screen just a little bigger for our chat room. I think I missed a few things. But Misha she does not like Matt.
Oh, okay.
She's saying if all you can do is throw a temper tantrum and threaten to leave the competition, you should just go. Way too immature.
Boom.
Agreed. But I think this is a chance for people to learn and grow too, even though it's like, nah, this is not school. This is not chef school. You're not going to learn.
Well, absolutely. And I think everyone does learn because you're in a situation that, and everyone that we've had on the show, guest-wise, there's nothing like Hell's Kitchen. Hell's Kitchen is not the norm of a standard kitchen that you would be working in. So it's like a crazy version of that.
Right.
So the thing is, but you have to get through that to get to the end to, end up winning the entire thing.
Right.
So if you got to go through the fire, so to speak, to get, to be made out as pure gold. Oh, there's another Bible reference. Oh, won't he do it? Anyway.
Won't he do it?
All right, so getting into dinner service, we have, going back to people that don't want to do stuff, our girl Gia does not want to do prep. Doesn't want to do prep. She's over there doing like the easiest job ever, working with her nails or whatever.
When there's that moment where she's just standing there, just still. And they're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Did she say I don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that. But it was not acceptable.
I'm not in the mood for this.
Yeah, it's not acceptable.
Girl.
We have Kim who sends up undercooked scallops.
Which was really funny because I don't know if Wendy is the one who joked about it, but they're like, yeah, this is the chef who works for raw fish.
Oh, yes.
In the truck.
Yes.
She's like, yeah,
right.
She don't know how to cook it.
Yeah,
She
exactly. She does bounce back, though.
She did
bounce back. Pauline sends up some waxed scallops. Gia cooks the lamb perfectly. Initially,
the first time.
She was nervous because she was like,
do you guys think that was a fluke?
I think so. I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think because right after that, it was all bad. And the fact that she was not confident. If she was confident, she's like, bam, done, son. And then walked away, I'd be like, oh, she does this. But you could tell that she was like, I don't know. She gives it. It was cool. She's like, okay, cool. Couldn't duplicate it because right after that, it was all bad. All bad. So, yeah, I think it was a fluke.
Right.
And then on top of that, she sends out some crazy looking Wellington.
What was that?
It was supposed to be beef Wellington, but it was beef boo-boo.
What?
It hasn't even been sliced properly?
Yeah, it wasn't sliced
But it wasn't
properly.
even staying, it looked like it was
it
missing the filling. I don't know what was going on.
It was all bad. It was all bad. It looked really, really bad. It looked like, it was bad.
at one point you would think that the fluke of her sending up something that was perfect would have given her the extra boost to be on point for the next. But after she sent the second thing that was wrong, then she just lost all confidence whatsoever. She's like, I'm afraid to send everything up.
She did.
But I know you're going to talk about the moment right after that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. So I got to ask you guys. So then she says, basically Chef Ramsay's going in on the Wellington. Like, this is the worst ever.
So she had to come up with something.
She's like, I cut myself, Chef.
No, Lem.
No.
She did not just say I cut myself.
What
She
did she
said,
say?
I'm sorry, I cut my finger off.
That's
Chef, she said she cut her finger off.
She said she cut it. She did.
Cut
she
it
said she
off.
Cut, thank you.
Like there
Rhavin
could have
with
been a
V.
piece of finger
Yes.
somewhere rolled
Else,
in the kitchen.
She said she cut her finger off. He's like, what? I cut my finger off. He's like, oh my gosh, do you need a medic? He's calling out for a medic. She says, look at the feeder, and they're freaking out. The rest of the team like, don't have blood in it because she's like,
No,
I'm fine.
I don't need a medic. I'm gonna work through it.
I'm gonna work. First of
Then
all,
she grabbed it.
if you cut your finger off, you're not about to work through anything in a kitchen. I'm sorry. You need to sit down. If you cut your finger off,
That was
sit
so
your
bizarre.
behind down. And then she's walking around. So Chef Ramsay, who probably is like, I don't think so, but let me check it out. And he checks it out, and he's like, let me see your finger. And then
Right there.
Wait,
right there.
wait there.
Right there. I'm squeezing it.
Right,
It's
right.
not there.
How are you gonna be right there? It's not there. That was so funny because it literally was like, it's right there, it's right there. It's
Lem
not
and
there.
I were watching this. We were watching it, and I literally was just like,
Dude,
looking
it was
at Lem like,
hilarious. Because
I know they teased it. They teased this in the trailer,
yes.
but I thought maybe that's not how it went down, and it went down exactly like that.
I thought I was going to see something because we've seen people cut their fingers off on the show.
Especially because some of the insert shots,
Yes.
like all the towel and stuff around, and it's like,
Yes.
oh, this is a mess.
Yes.
And then she comes back.
And I was like, is that a hangnail? Like, that was terrible. Now, my question to you all and the people on chat, do you think that she really cut herself, or was she completely faking it simply for the fact of her to disguise her mess up?
Yep.
100% completely faking it. Like, you don't even have a little cut. You don't even have a baby cut.
A mark. Not
Nothing.
Even a paper cut. Not even a paper cut.
You tried to make one there by squeezing. Like, she
Right.
almost tried to like scratch her fingers so he could see something.
Where's
That's
the cutout?
really
I don't know.
weird.
It's right here. Look. Like,
That's
she's-
really, really weird. But remember,
Yeah.
we saw this earlier in the first episode where she cut her finger and then
Yes.
put the glove on, but we
Yes.
still didn't see blood then
We didn't see
either.
anything. And the cameras are good about catching things like that because, that makes for good TV. So
yeah,
if you're going to be
they're not going to miss that.
Exactly.
That's going to make the cut for sure.
Sure. And we didn't see anything.
They even bring in the medic, and he's like hovering behind her, and
Right.
they cut, and she's like, "No, I didn't come."
effing medic. I'm
don't
like,
need
whoa, calm
They
down.
should
You're
have made
mad
her
at
go through the
him.
embarrassment of having to sit there and have that medic go every single inch of her finger trying to find that cut.
Yes,
They
right.
should have, and
They should have.
rolled on all of it.
The invisible cut, ladies and gentlemen. So spoiler alert, we will be having, hopefully we will be having G on the show in the next couple of episodes.
We got to get the juice. We got to get the tea.
So if it happens, we're definitely going to be talking to her about it.
And this is something we've
definitely
all
gonna be talking
talked
about
about.
it.
We've
Yeah.
all talked about the.
Yeah.
We have Misha in our chat
Yeah.
who's asking if we can all agree that she was like a producer's
Yeah.
choice for drama. We all said she reminded us of a Jackie. Like
Jackie,
she would be the
yes.
Jackie. Like
Yes.
last season, Jackie was the producer's pick for drama
Correct,
for sure.
correct,
hands down.
correct.
And yes, I think Gia is definitely on the show for good TV.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And not
absolutely.
necessarily good, but the
Oh,
drama.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the drama is there.
Because it got heated with her and Kim.
She's gonna get hit with everybody.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's gonna go around before she leaves. It's gonna go around.
It was
Please
at one
believe.
point we couldn't even understand what they were saying when they were
Yeah.
going back and forth.
Oh, well,
the
it's-
transcribing was
Yo,
like overlapping,
it said-
arguing.
that's what I was just
It was a
gonna
beep,
say.
beep, 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 beep,
We
beep,
haven't
beep.
got there yet, but yeah, she was going in. Like they were just going. Her and Kim were just going at it and at it and at it. And Gia just seems like the type. I'm not letting down. I don't. Even if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna argue until. To
Or
death.
I'm gonna find an
Yeah.
excuse to make you feel bad
Yeah.
about trying to say I'm wrong.
Exactly.
Like-
and she's kind of, even though it's only 3 episodes in, she's kind of proven that already. She's kind of proven that.
We get her, and I ask a question she doesn't like. I'll just say I bit my tongue. Bit my tongue. Sorry about that.
She's stupid.
Oh.
Stupid.
I cannot.
Oh,
deal with
my
Frank.
gosh.
I can't wait to have her.
So, believe it or not, this time around, the red team got kicked out,
Man, I am always
which I
so
didn't
curious
see
about-
happening.
No.
I did not see happening.
And I wonder if in a situation like that, is it just who's on which station, and that all of a sudden can throw off some sort of rhythm that they generate? If you get the wrong people at certain key stations, it can throw you out of whack.
I think that definitely can have something to do it because typically you're going to have to rotate, where you are because you have to be a well-rounded chef in order to lead, a team. So that's why you see people in different stations every time, during dinner service. So if somebody can be great at meat and then they're on appetizer and then they suck, it's like,
Right.
oh, well, you're not good. So I agree. Yeah, I do think that has a bearing on it, but I'm just wondering because it didn't seem like, obviously barring Gia, Jessica got called out on her pasta
I
dish.
felt
It
bad
didn't
about
seem
Jessica
like,
though.
Yeah, well,
I felt she said she was getting compliments on all of her dishes, and
And
she
that's the
just messed
thing.
up that one. And she did good in the challenge.
and that's why I'm just like, okay, she had one bad pasta dish that was exploited, and then Gia just didn't do well at all. That to me didn't warrant, unless there's things that we just didn't see, them getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Because there were some other things that were happening, and then he was like, all right, I'm done with it. I'll get up
Yeah,
out
I
of here.
feel like his temper was a little
Yeah.
shorter with my girls.
Especially for
this
the blue
season,
team to
this
get kicked
episode.
out both times last time, and then they kind of cleaned up, dinner service. So I don't know.
Yeah, you think the red team, since they successfully finished the first 2 services, we get a little bit buffer
More
before,
leeway.
Exactly. So for them to get kicked out, it's like, okay. And it's not like the blue team was killing it. Like, they weren't like, oh, man, perfect.
They burnt
like
those potatoes?
Yeah. Like, look at these burnt. He's like, oh, yeah, it's burnt. It's burnt.
I'm telling you, being on this panel for Hell's Kitchen has, I don't know if it's made me just like a foodie snob or what, but every time I go out to eat, I'm looking at everything. I ordered some avocado toast from Cheesecake Factory, and it was burnt.
Really?
Like, burnt. And I felt some type of way. And I was like, man, Chef Ramsay would not have this. He would not have this. Like, I low-key want to go take the plate and be like, what is this? F off. Like, really? You're serving me some burnt toast?
Did you go up there and bring it back to the test and slam
I wanted
it
to
with
just,
your hand?
it's so funny, but I think like watching this all the time, I'm like,
That's hilarious.
The potatoes didn't look burnt to me.
Well, yeah,
but I'd have to be there, I guess, to smell it and see the pot and
Right.
everything. And I'm like, I probably would have enjoyed
Right.
it. I don't know, but everything has to be
That's so
like,
funny. I can just like,
particular.
excuse me, I'm not happy with this.
Could you imagine
This is
like
burnt.
these
Yeah.
mashed potatoes are
Yeah.
burnt?
Yeah,
but
can you please? Or just go in the kitchen. Just like, can you imagine? Just,
beep beep.
excuse me.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here because this is not working right, and I need you to refire, please.
Oh my gosh, Chef Ramsay needs an app with all of his little sayings,
Oh, that you could just go.
and I could just play it for
Yeah.
them and be like, this no.
You donkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably exists. If not, let's make money making it, right? So, like we said, the red team gets kicked out. So, of course, they have to do the nominations. And poor Jessica, she did the cardinal sin by nominating herself, which...
But I thought that was funny when Shayna was like, I don't expect anybody to nominate themselves, but who gonna nominate themselves? So I was like, wait, what?
that was classic.
She's like, you ain't gotta do it, but do it.
But do it, basically.
Who doing it?
But I feel
And
like
that-
there's such
yeah.
a fine line because it's something like if you have the integrity of your profession and you make a mistake and you want to own up to it,
Right.
that's great. But you have to have that confidence to know, like, hey, I screwed up, but I know I'm a great cook, but I'm willing to own up to this mistake. And I can see that distinction. But Jessica, somebody that was just like, hey, I just wanted to make sure
Right.
nobody's fighting.
And
just
they were quick
did
to
not-
throw
In the-
her
Yeah.
under
Super.
the bus. I mean, she was like, she nominated herself.
Right.
Then the other one, her bags are packed. Like,
Right.
it was just like, oh my gosh. Wait.
It's just the wrong time to do something like this because the thing is the people need to get weeded out at this point, right? There's always going to be, the top 6 are the top 6 for a reason. So at this point, there are some, I would say some people are doing well. They're showing from what we see can be considered as front runners. She wasn't one. So because she's not one, then she needs to, as much as she can, stay around to prove herself. And the fact
Right.
that she's done fairly well, she wouldn't have got sent home if she would not have nominated herself.
And then if she hadn't packed, I guess I'll go up and
I mean, that
pack.
was, yeah.
I mean, but guys, I still feel that there was a big chance that she would have been nominated in anyway.
You mean like Chef Ramsay would have picked her?
No, the rest
way.
of her team.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't
because
think so.
even they had a discussion
No.
afterwards, which I liked. It's
No.
like, are we really
No.
making a smart move
No,
nominating her?
because and they were looking at Kim.
Yeah.
Because when they kind of like were thinking about it, they're like, "Yo," and it was Shayna. I think Shayna.
But they
was
can
just
always
like,
change their mind.
They
and
can.
they didn't.
They did not change their mind because my belief is that
Because she went to go pack her bags.
She went to pack her bags, and they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." So if she gets to talk to, hey, she packed her bags. Hey, she's not ready mentally. She's ready to go. She's already home, chef. You might as well just open that door and let her walk through.
She should have just brought her suitcase down with her.
Yes.
Just wheeling it down behind
And
her.
so that's why I think it was. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's a competition. It's survival of the fittest. So if you want to act like you're gonna go, even though it may be what you want to do, that's what you've given the parents. We're gonna exploit the heck out of that, and you're gonna be out of here. So, needless to
was
say,
sad.
yeah, she did go home, was voted, and like I said, especially because it was between her and Gia. I
They
think
needed the drama.
They needed the drama. Gia was gonna stay,
She's
and
funny, too.
I believe if Kim would have went up, if they would have actually did a full nomination and like not volunteered, and I believe Kim would have went in, and Kim would have been the one to go home.
You think so?
Absolutely, Gia would
He
not
does
have gone
think so.
home over Kim
No way. I mean, because I guess you're keeping it for
because
the
of
drama.
the
You know,
drama.
yeah,
The
I mean,
drama.
but
I'm
you
not
know-
saying skill wise. I'm just
Yeah.
saying the drama. I'm
She's
just saying
funny
the drama.
too.
Yeah,
You
she
guys,
is. She is. She
kinda
is.
funny.
But Gia is the front runner for the drama for the show.
No, sir. I mean, Jackie stayed
Just
way
saying.
too long last
Exactly.
season, too.
So I think it's going to be that.
This is a case where being, honorable and
Right.
standing up and owning up
No.
to your mistakes just came and bit you in the behind.
Exactly. No.
And
not
I
happening.
I was sad Jessica left.
As Jessica leaves, I do like how Andrew says, the guys are on their way. We are climbing that hill and never stopping.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
Come on.
We'll see.
Stop. Not one went no.
We'll
Not
see.
it. Let's do predictions really fast. Get into predictions, and then we will be done.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I'm going to stop my prediction.
Frank, what you predict, man?
I predict Andrew, that quote from Andrew is going to prove terrible for him next episode. He's going to blow up right in the face. The blue team's going to lose again. And I'm still going with Ryan as my winner for the season. I'm still
Ryan.
Oh, you have a winner for the whole season already?
I'm going strong with Ryan.
Okay.
I like because she's just it's just beauty on a plate. Just beauty on a plate. I think I got a shot with her.
Okay, so I'm still riding hard with my girls. Why are you looking at me like that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I'm still riding hard for my girls, and I feel like Kim might go home.
Kim.
Yeah.
Oh, this next time around.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think she should have gone home this week, but yeah.
I want to ride with Shayna. I really
Yeah.
want to ride with Shayna. If I had to choose a guy, though, I kind of want to. It's out of Polly and Johnny. It's out of Polly and Johnny for me. Other
Polly and
guys.
Johnny.
For winning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Johnny. Come on, that bird.
It's out of one of those. I'm not
was
sure which
garbage.
one, but we'll see.
Interesting.
I'm getting closer.
Okay. I'd say I don't have a prediction as far as winning.
Coward.
At this. I mean, I think it's still early. But for me.
Nice. So you
I will
predict the
say-
winner down to the final
I
two.
will-
That's when you call your shot. Got it. Let's see how
Right.
Lem works.
However, can I finish, please?
No.
I
I
interrupt
I had it
y'all.
all season.
No.
You know I was back in all season.
However, I will say that my favorite to win, just because of how I've seen her play so far, and of course the great interview we had last week.
Yeah,
with
I'm
Shayna.
like, I just feel
I can
something.
see, and I feel I would like her to win. If I'm gonna pick somebody, I think right now who grabs me as somebody that would be
Exactly.
deserving, that is Shayna. Right now.
I agree, and she did the
Shayna
pep
right
talk
now.
with Jessica as well.
Exactly.
And really quick before we go, JJ, she agrees that Chef Ramsay did the right thing 100% by sending Jessica home. So she's on your side.
Boom, there it is.
And thanks for joining us, Misha and JJ.
Yeah. All day, every day. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's been our show. We want to thank you for tuning in. As always, we will be here next week,
We shall.
holding it down as we do all day, every day. You can find me at the Poets 8 on all social media. Rhavin with the V. Where you at, young
You can
lady?
find me in St. Louis. No, B stays busy. That's Bizzy. Let's chat it up.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie and stick around for our show coming up after this. Is it red meat or white meat?
Oh, rude.
Is that a show?
No, talk about the ostrich. Talk about the ostrich meat.
Got it. Okay, I was like, wait, what?
Lem, come on, you gonna guess? You
Yeah,
wanna be on the show?
tweet us if everybody knew the ostrich was red meat. People that have never eaten it,
right,
at least.
Right. And again, like I said, we do plan to have guests this season. So the plan is the next 3 episodes will be guest field.
Hey.
So
Chip
stay
Dunham?
tuned to find out. Yeah, with his puppets. Exactly.
Like us on
make sure you stay
YouTube
tuned because we want
and
to
Facebook.
see you here with us. Until next time, have a good life.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
R.I.P. Lem.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.